Alright, so we know that the gaming universe has been pretty quiet since the Game Awards 2025. We haven't seen any massive, jaw-dropping AAA reveals lately, and things have slowed down a bit on that front. But that doesn't mean nothing interesting is happening. We're still getting solid game announcements here and there, not the ultra-hyped blockbuster stuff, but the kind of games we actually enjoy playing while we wait for big releases like the next Resident Evil, the Tomb Raider remake, and other heavy hitters. So in today's video, we're going to check out 20 brand new game reveals from January 2026 that might just catch your eye. Hopefully you'll find a few titles here that are worth adding to your wish list. With that said, let's get into it. Razin is an upcoming third-person melee-based action multiplayer combat game developed and published by Abyss Deepin, designed to immerse players in atmospheric duels where precision, rhythm, and timing dictate survival. The game emphasizes mastering deflect mechanics and flawless strikes, blending PvP and PvE encounters across dark martial arts-inspired arenas filled with lethal characters. Its combat system draws influence from Souls-like intensity and rhythmic swordplay, demanding players adapt to fast-paced clashes while maintaining tactical awareness. With features such as online co-op, competitive multiplayer, and a focus on cinematic martial arts combat, Razin positions itself as both a challenging fighter and a stylish showcase of dark fantasy aesthetics. The game promises a mix of hack-and-slash brutality and esports-ready difficulty, appealing to fans of skill-based combat who thrive on high-stakes duels. Razin is scheduled for release in 2026 on PC via Steam. Dragon Twin is an ambitious upcoming open-world RPG/strategy game from indie studio Draconic Interactive, where players embody a dragon twin, a mortal soul-bound to a mighty dragon, exploring vast medieval fantasy landscapes while shaping their destiny through conquest, diplomacy, and dragon mastery. The game blends RPG progression with strategic kingdom building, allowing players to customize both their character and dragon, soar across sprawling skies, rally allies, and wage wars to liberate or dominate territories. With a focus on creative player expression, Dragon Twin emphasizes upgrading dragons, constructing lairs, and forging empires in a sandbox world that balances freedom with high-stakes combat. Its design draws comparisons to Skyrim but elevates the experience by centering dragon riding mechanics as core gameplay, offering cinematic aerial battles and tactical ground encounters. Early access builds are already available to Patreon supporters, showcasing the developer's vision of a deeply immersive, player-driven fantasy. Dragon Twin is slated for full release in 2026 on PC via Steam. Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 is the highly anticipated continuation of Mob Entertainment's survival horror saga, plunging players deeper into the sinister Playtime Cobium factory where new monstrous threats, twisted puzzles, and the looming presence of Huggy Wuggy await. This chapter introduces chilling new environments and characters, including the deadly puppet master orchestrating the horrors while expanding the lore of the franchise with darker narrative twists. Gameplay emphasizes stealth, puzzle solving, and survival against relentless enemies, blending cinematic tension with interactive terror. Fans can expect mind-bending challenges, eerie atmospheres, and a continuation of the series' trademark mix of psychological dread and jump scares. The developers promise a more expansive chapter than previous entries, designed to keep even veteran players on edge with fresh mechanics and escalating stakes. Poppy Playtime. Chapter 5 releases on February 18th, 2026 for PC via Steam and Epic Games Store, with console versions to follow in the months ahead.
It's time to go.
Shadow of the Road is a tactical turn-based RPG from Another Angle Games and Owlcat Games set in an alternate version of 19th century Japan where steampunk technology collides with feudal traditions and mystical yokai. Players assemble a diverse team of warriors, strategists, and mystics, each with unique motivations, as they navigate the political turmoil between the Tokugawa shogunate, the emperor's loyalists, and foreign trade powers seeking influence. The game emphasizes deep tactical combat, branching storylines, and character-driven choices that shape alliances and rivalries, while its atmospheric design blends Japanese mythology with industrial-age machinery. With cinematic battles, moral dilemmas, and a richly detailed world, Shadow of the Road promises a fusion of historical drama and fantasy strategy that rewards careful planning and narrative exploration. Shadow of the Road is scheduled to release in 2026 for PC via Steam.
For peace. For progress. For the Empire.
Distant Shore Britannia is an upcoming post-apocalyptic action-adventure game developed and published by Distant Shore, set in the haunting ruins of a collapsed research site devastated by climate catastrophe. Players wield magnetic gauntlets that allow them to manipulate metal, bending, breaking, or moving it, to solve environmental puzzles, fight enemies, and uncover lost BIO2 data while following the trail of a missing brother. The world is stalked by the Cloud, a sentient weather entity that constantly observes and threatens the player, creating a tense atmosphere of survival and discovery. Combining sandbox exploration, physics-driven mechanics, and narrative-driven mystery, the game promises a unique blend of sci-fi storytelling and immersive gameplay. Its design emphasizes freedom of movement, environmental interaction, and suspenseful encounters, appealing to fans of atmospheric indie adventures with strong world building. Distant Shore Britannia is planned for release on PC via Steam, with the date yet to be announced.
Slipping boats on the faucet. Such a peaceful place to be sick. It's a wonderful way to be free.
Dragon Con is a third-person hack-and-slash action RPG developed by Evolution Game Studio, immersing players in a world ruled by dragons where martial arts combat and elemental powers collide. You play as Botu, a unique dragonborn hero gifted with wings, tasked with mastering both aerial and ground-based combat while uncovering the mysteries surrounding the legendary Dragon Con amidst an invasion threatening the Verdant Empire. The game emphasizes fluid melee mechanics, magical abilities, and cinematic dragonflight sequences, blending traditional RPG progression with fast-paced action. Players can expect a mix of exploration, lore-rich storytelling, and intense battles against both human and monstrous foes, with the demo already showcasing winged combat and elemental mastery. Designed for fans of fantasy epics and skill-based action, Dragon Con promises a visually striking and mechanically deep experience that balances narrative with gameplay spectacle. Dragon Con is coming soon to PC via Steam, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S, with a demo launched on January 8, 2026. Sonara the Sacrament is an upcoming first-person survival horror game developed by Influsion Inc., set aboard a massive derelict ship where faith, fanaticism, and abyssal terror intertwine. Players take on the role of a new recruit in a religious organization, awakening to find the crew missing and the steel corridors haunted by unspeakable horrors. The game emphasizes resource management, puzzle solving, and stealth survival as you uncover hidden cult rituals, forbidden truths, and navigate encounters with survivors who may have their own agendas. Its atmosphere blends psychological dread with environmental storytelling, forcing players to balance blind faith against the will to survive. With a hauntingly cinematic design and a narrative that explores salvation versus fanaticism, Sonara the Sacrament promises a chilling experience for fans of immersive horror. Sonara the Sacrament is planned for release on PC via Steam, with the date yet to be announced. Vonran is a dark fantasy, Souls-like action RPG developed by Bakuzas, designed to deliver fast-paced combat and colossal boss encounters reminiscent of Shadow of the Colossus. Players step into the role of a fallen human slave wielding a sealed blade, sparking rebellion against oppressive forces in a world filled with random dungeons, towering enemies, and atmospheric landscapes. The game emphasizes tactical precision, punishing difficulty, and cinematic battles against massive foes, while also offering exploration and narrative depth that expands beyond traditional Souls-like formulas. With its blend of rebellion-driven storytelling, dungeon variety, and colossal-scale encounters, Vanron aims to stand out in the genre by merging brutal combat with epic spectacle. Vanron is slated for release on PC via Steam, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S, with a demo available January 23rd to 30, 2026.
To survive, I must kill. If I become a monster, so be it. Their only peace is death.
From this moment, your name is Van Ran, the title of a slave chained to the demon realm. There is no escape, not now, not ever.
Beautiful Light is an upcoming PvPvPvE tactical first-person extraction shooter developed by Deep Worlds SA, set in a grim post-apocalyptic world where squads of operators infiltrate anomalous zones to recover powerful artifacts. 6 teams of 3 compete simultaneously, facing not only rival squads but also player-controlled anomalies and hostile environments that punish mistakes with permanent loss of gear. The game emphasizes high-stakes tactical combat, resource management, and survival against unpredictable threats, blending competitive multiplayer with horror-inspired atmosphere. Players must balance aggression with caution, coordinating squad strategies to secure extraction points while navigating eerie landscapes filled with anomalies that warp reality. Its design promises cinematic tension, emergent encounters, and replayability through dynamic zones and artifact-driven progression. Beautiful Light is scheduled for release in December 2026 on PC via Steam and the Epic Games Store. Silk Grove is an upcoming cozy solarpunk adventure game developed and published by Gallic Entertainment, inviting players to step into the role of Annie, a young restorer traveling across a post-collapse world to rebuild forgotten communities and restore balance to nature. The game emphasizes exploration, crafting, and resource management as players scavenge materials, repair old machines, and upgrade their mobile home while driving across diverse regions filled with vibrant ecosystems. Its solarpunk aesthetic highlights themes of sustainability, cooperation, and hope, offering a relaxing yet purposeful experience that blends life sim mechanics with open-world adventure. With colorful visuals, a cartoony art style, and a focus on cozy gameplay, Silk Grove aims to deliver a meditative journey where rebuilding and reconnecting with the environment are central. Silk Grove is planned for release on PC via Steam, with the official date yet to be announced. Blind Descent is an upcoming multiplayer open-world survival adventure developed by Pokush, plunging players into the Martian underground where adaptation and mutation are key to survival. Set after a catastrophic mission failure, survivors awaken in vast alien ecosystems beneath the surface of Mars, forced to explore, craft, and fight to endure the hostile environment. The game supports up to 4 players in online co-op, blending survival mechanics with RPG progression, simulation elements, and tactical resource management. Players must scavenge, build, and evolve their abilities while facing both environmental hazards and mysterious anomalies lurking in the subterranean world. Its design emphasizes exploration, teamwork, and emergent gameplay, offering a mix of crafting, combat, and narrative discovery. With cross-platform play and early access planned, Blind Descent promises a unique sci-fi survival experience that combines atmospheric tension with cooperative strategy. Blind Descent is currently listed as TBA, with release planned for PC via Steam and cross-platform support in early access. Nested Lands is a ruthless medieval survival RPG developed by 1M-Bits Horde and published by Meta Publishing, plunging players into a fictional dark Middle Ages where despair and brutality dominate daily life. The game challenges players to gather survivors, build settlements, craft tools, and manage resources while enduring relentless threats from disease, famine, and hostile forces. Its world is unforgiving, with mechanics that punish weakness and force strategic decision-making, blending village building with large-scale social management and tactical combat. Online co-op and cross-platform play allow players to collaborate or compete, while the grim atmosphere evokes the harsh realities of plague-ridden Europe. With a focus on realism, crafting, and emergent storytelling, Nested Lands promises a deeply immersive experience for fans of survival RPGs who crave tension and consequence-driven gameplay. Nested Lands is set to launch in early access on January 23, 2026 for PC via Steam.
Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead.
Rakshasa is an upcoming first-person, narrative-driven RPG from Odd Compass Studio, set in a modern-day India torn apart by supernatural forces and political unrest. Players step into the role of a tantric spellcaster, wielding ancient mystic powers to battle mythological horrors and uncover a conspiracy that threatens existence itself. The game blends brutal, turn-based combat with deep role-playing, offering meaningful choices that shape the story and multiple endings. Its design emphasizes atmospheric storytelling, cultural authenticity, and a fusion of modern settings with ancient myth, creating a unique blend of noir fantasy and supernatural intrigue. With character customization, non-linear progression, and a focus on tactical spellcasting, Rakshasa aims to deliver a fresh take on the RPG genre by merging mythological depth with contemporary narrative. Rakshasa is coming soon to PC via Steam, with its release date currently listed as to be announced. Elflock is an upcoming cinematic single-player, third-person fantasy adventure developed by Novosphere Studio, built in Unreal Engine 5 and inspired by Hungarian folklore and medieval traditions. Players take on the role of a princess returning to her homeland on the brink of war, navigating a treacherous political landscape filled with nobles, hidden agendas, and mystical forces. The game emphasizes branching narratives, intricate dialogue choices, and alliances with the Fae, allowing players to shape the fate of their kingdom through moral decisions that can lead to multiple endings. Exploration, puzzle solving, and investigation mechanics are woven into its richly detailed environments, while its story-driven design promises emotional depth and replay value. With a focus on cinematic storytelling and player agency, Elflock aims to deliver a fairy tale experience where every choice carries weight. Elflock is scheduled for release in 2026 on PC via Steam and the Epic Games Store.
Mindig is örömömre szolgált, ha ilyen szörnyű időkben gyönyörű hajadonok lelkének nyújthatok vigaszt.
Jöjjön, kóstolja meg!
Méregkószék a gyökerek közt.
Hallasz engem?
Testemmel és lelkemmel.
Never Be Alone is an upcoming open-world zombie survival RPG developed by Jonas Jensen and Wes Larkin, published by Beast Studios, blending solo play with seamless online co-op in a post-apocalyptic world reclaimed by nature a decade after the outbreak. The game combines first and third-person perspectives, offering players freedom to scavenge, craft, and fight against hordes of infected while managing survival mechanics like inventory, exploration, and base building. Its design draws inspiration from The Last of Us in terms of atmospheric storytelling and combat, while incorporating Minecraft-style pixelated visuals for a unique aesthetic twist. PvE and PvP modes allow players to either cooperate or clash with others, with emergent gameplay shaped by player choices and environmental hazards. The developers emphasize community-driven development, planning to launch in early access to refine mechanics with player feedback. Never Be Alone is scheduled for early access release in Q4 2026 on PC via Steam. Sword and Fairy 4. Remake is a modern reimagining of the beloved 2007 Chinese RPG developed by Up Software and published by Cube Game, rebuilt in Unreal Engine 5 to deliver cinematic visuals and refined turn-based combat. Drawing heavily from Chinese mythology, the game follows Yun Tianhe, a young wanderer whose journey uncovers secrets about his past and leads him to join allies in pursuit of immortals. The remake emphasizes narrative depth, character-driven storytelling, and a dynamic battle system that blends traditional turn-based mechanics with action-inspired elements such as parries and cinematic skills. Fans can expect richly detailed environments, mythological creatures, and branching storylines that expand upon the original's lore while introducing modern gameplay innovations. With comparisons already being made to visually striking RPGs like Clair Obscur Expedition 33, the remake aims to balance nostalgia with fresh design for new audiences. Sword and Fairy 4 Remake is planned for release on PC and consoles, with the date yet to be announced.
可与人同归于尽，也不能让他们侵占此地。琼华多年夙愿传于我手，岂能轻言放弃？
天道不过是神界的一面之词，为何人的命运要由你们来定？
Highland Keep is an upcoming third-person survival strategy game developed and published by Highland Architect, set in a dark, mist-covered vision of medieval Scotland where players take on the role of a clan leader struggling to survive and expand in a hostile world. The game blends base building, colony management, and survival mechanics with real-time action combat, offering a mix of strategic planning and direct engagement. Players will construct castles, manage resources, and defend their people against external threats while navigating the harsh realities of medieval life. Its atmospheric design emphasizes gloomy landscapes, clan politics, and emergent gameplay, creating a unique fusion of survival and strategy. With a focus on both tactical depth and immersive world building, Highland Keep promises to deliver a challenging yet rewarding experience for fans of medieval survival games. Highland Keep is coming soon to PC via Steam, with its release date currently listed as TBA. Moto Rush Reborn is an upcoming retro-futuristic arcade motorcycle racer developed by Baltaro Games, blending neon-lit Tokyo streets with high-octane demon-powered speed. Players ride a possessed engine bike through chaotic traffic, completing missions across diverse tracks while mastering precision handling and combat-inspired maneuvers. The game emphasizes adrenaline-fueled action, stylish visuals, and a mix of arcade racing with narrative flair, offering both solo challenges and competitive modes. Its design draws inspiration from classic arcade racers, but introduces supernatural elements that heighten intensity, making every ride feel like a battle against both the road and the infernal machine beneath you. With its flashy cyberpunk aesthetic, fast-paced gameplay, and mission-driven progression, Moto Rush Reborn aims to deliver a unique blend of nostalgia and innovation for fans of high-speed action. Moto Rush Reborn is set to release soon on PC via Steam, Xbox Series X and S, and Nintendo Switch. Valhalla Survival is a roguelike hack-and-slash survival RPG from Lionheart Studio, set in a richly detailed world inspired by Norse mythology, where players embody legendary heroes of Valhalla battling through endless waves of monsters and gods. The game emphasizes fast-paced action combat, resource gathering, and progression through randomized stages filled with hundreds of unique enemy types. Players can choose from multiple classes, each with distinct abilities and playstyles, while upgrading gear and skills to survive increasingly difficult encounters. Its design blends roguelike unpredictability with RPG depth, offering replayability through procedurally generated challenges and cooperative multiplayer options. With stunning visuals and a melodramatic Viking atmosphere, Valhalla Survival aims to deliver both mythic storytelling and adrenaline-fueled gameplay. Valhalla Survival is set to launch on January 21st, 2026 for iOS and Android, with pre-registration already open.
And at last, the long-awaited light finally returns. The legendary weapon, absolute power that dominates the battlefield. With this overwhelming strength, begin the journey where a new legend rises. The ultimate hack-and-slash RPG. Valhalla.
It Reaches is an upcoming first-person horror game from Emberflight Games, designed around the unsettling perspective of a police officer's body cam as players explore the abandoned corridors of a derelict hospital. The game emphasizes realism and immersion, with claustrophobic environments, physics-driven interactions, and a narrative that slowly reveals the sinister mystery buried beneath the facility. Players must solve environmental puzzles, evade grotesque creatures, and uncover the dark truth left behind by the hospital's collapse, all while the constant threat of being hunted keeps tension high. Its design blends survival horror mechanics with cinematic storytelling, offering a mix of exploration, stealth, and psychological dread. With atmospheric visuals, sound design that heightens paranoia, and a focus on narrative-driven scares, It Reaches aims to deliver a chilling experience for fans of modern indie horror. It Reaches is scheduled for release in Q2 2026 on PC via Steam. And that's it for 20 brand new game reveals from January 2026. Let me know in the comments which game caught your attention the most, or if there's any reveal I might have missed. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss upcoming gaming content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.